Hello, my friends. Peace, shalom, salam, aloha, namaste. Blessed be, and may the Great Spirit walk with you. My name is Jonathan Rydell, Director of Christian Education at the First Congregational Church in Chappaqua. And today we are talking about the word covenants. What is a covenant? Covenants are contracts or agreements. In ancient times, when two people or two communities needed to make a deal, they created a covenant. Like if you and a friend want to trade some of your coloring books for some of their dolls. You would each agree on which books and dolls were going to be traded, when the trade will happen, and for how long. You'd shake on the deal, sign the contract, bind the covenant, then make the trade. You might also think of covenants like promises. I promise to share my ice cream if you let me pick the show we're going to watch. In the stories of the Bible, God creates covenants with human beings. Like in the creation story, God makes the humans and gives them the Garden of Eden to live in. Their side of the covenant is to tend the garden. And part of the deal is that they can eat anything they want, except for the fruit from the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. When the humans break the covenant by eating fruit from the tree of knowledge, they've broken the deal, and God says they can no longer live in the garden. But God, being God, makes a new covenant, a promise to one day make things right with the humans again. But in the meantime, the humans need to learn how to get along. God makes another covenant with Moses when God freed the Hebrew people from slavery in Egypt and gave them the 10 Commandments. God said, "Follow my laws and I will bring you to a new land where you can create your own nation again." In ancient Toltec wisdom, there is a covenant of sorts called the Four Agreements, where these 4 promises you make to yourself to live a good life. And the first one is to be true to your word, to mean what you say, and to keep your promises, to keep your covenants. Covenants of any kind are important, and in these cases, beautiful. If you keep your promises, people trust you. If someone breaks a promise, they need to apologize and make things right again. It's how human beings can all live together in harmony. In fact, love and friendship can be a covenant. You have covenants with your parents and families about how you will treat one another and help one another. Living in covenant with each other means that everyone in a community agrees to support one another the best they can. My best friend and I agree to always have each other's backs, to tell each other the truth, to forgive each other when we get angry. Basically, to stay together in good times and in bad. We don't call that a covenant, we call it friendship, but it's a special kind of friendship that means we will always do our best to stay together. It's a promise to love each other. In one of my favorite children's books, Knots on a Counting Rope, a Native American boy asks his grandfather to promise to always tell him a story. The grandfather says, "I promise you nothing, boy. I love you. That is better than a promise." In fact, the last covenant God makes with humans in the Christian Bible is through Jesus, which says that God loves us and will always forgive us when we make mistakes. We just have to do our best to love God back, love ourselves, and love one another. That sounds like a fair deal to me. All right, my children, I love you all very much. Try to keep those covenants, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.